on to the further process of creating a campaign. Now we've understood how to give a campaign name, then date, location, language, and all of those things. Now we are moving on to a very important thing, that is content exclusion. Now YouTube has its own limits. You can't include many of the contents in YouTube. So you can't add violence. All these things are excluded. Okay. So let us understand this inventory type. Inventory type means exclusions. Define where your ad can show. Okay. Now let us just see what are these inventory types and the comparison between those three types. There are three types of inventory given to us: expanded inventory, standard inventory, limited inventory. Firstly, expanded inventory maximize available inventory by showing ads on some sensitive content. It helps you to show some sensitive content. Standard inventory shows ads on content that's appropriate for most brands. Limited inventory exclude most types of sensitive content and limit your available inventory. Now, let us understand what all things are excluded. In expanded inventory, excessive profanity, graphic sexual content, graphic violence, serious injury, all these things are excluded. Then comes to standard inventory, where strong sexual content, violence, and all these things are excluded. And when it comes to limited inventory is moderate profanity, moderate sexual, successive content. So these all are different inventory types given to us. Now let us understand what is the comparison between these three inventories. So if you want to see the chart of the comparison, the difference between the three inventories, click on compare inventory types. Here you would be able to see all the differentiation, all the inclusion and exclusion. Like light profanity used in non-hateful, comedic or artistic way, it is included in all the three. Then comes to artistic manner, music video with frequently profanity, included in expanded and inventory and standard inventory, but not in limited inventory. Limited inventory excludes many of the things. In expanded inventory, many of the things are included. So if you have a gist, then expanded inventory is more broader, while limited inventory is narrower, where many of the things are excluded. If you want to, in the starting run, it is better to move on with expanded inventory. Big companies move on with standard inventory, but it's up to you which inventory do you want to select. It's on your content that which inventory you are going to select. All depends on your content, expanded, standard or limited. So this is a differentiation between all the three inventories. You can just go on through all these and your content falls in whichever category, you can choose that inventory. Now moving on to the next thing, that is excluded types and labels. Okay, there are certain excluded things. Now let us understand that. See, embedded YouTube videos, live streaming excluded. Okay, if you want to add, if you want to include all these things, you have to click on that. See, select content types to exclude, select digital content labels to exclude. Okay, this is DLG, that is general audience content suitable for families. Okay, then DLPG is most audience with parental guidance. Then DLT is teen and older audience. DLMA is mature audience. So if your content is for specific age group or for specific people, okay, then you have to select all these options. But I don't think my content line any of these options. I don't need all these excluded types. I don't need all these excluded labels. So I am not selecting any of the type. Content not yet labeled. means the content you have not labeled will also be excluded. So you have to select this option. It is preferable to select content not yet labeled. Now I think we have understood what all things are excluded. If you want to include all these labels, what you need to do, you have to select them. And inventory types is 3 inventory types are given. Most of the inventory, expanded inventory, gives you a broader mindset. Okay, it's a broader thing. While limited inventory is a bit narrower, it excludes many of the things, and expanded inventory includes many of the things. You can just compare all the inventories by clicking on compare inventory types. Now let us move down, that is additional settings. Okay, let us learn about additional settings. Create your ad group. Now what does this additional settings means? For example, your content is for a specific age group, or it is gender specific for females or for males. Any of these things you want to sort it out. If you want to sort something out, you can use this create your ad group. If you don't want, like, your content is nothing specific, it is not specific for anyone, both the gender can watch it, or it is not specific, like all the genders, both the genders, all the age groups can watch it, then you can just skip ad group creation. Okay, for now I don't need to create. My content is not something that it is for female or male or for any age group, so I'm skipping this option. This is all about your sorting out, your inclusions, your exclusions, your inventory types. See, YouTube has its own limitations. You can't add certain things, violation, sarcasm, all these things. Okay, to a level it's okay, but there is a limit. So you have to choose the inventory type depending on your content. So depending on your content, you need to choose the inventory type, the excluded labels and types, and then your age group, means your groups if you want to create according to the age or according to gender or any specific content you want to create for a specific group. Then you can create that group using this option, that is create your ad group. Having going to additional settings, if you go, there is conversions. Okay, now what do you mean by conversions? Conversions means if you want to add certain conversions you have created, for example email sign up or leads and all those things, if you want to add those conversions, then you can add it. Okay, set up conversion tracking. For that you need to have some setup, that is set up conversion tracking. In conversions you have two types, that is you can select all the conversions you have created or select some specific conversions you have created after doing the setup for your conversions. Then comes to device. Device means show all eligible devices. Okay, what does this option means? What is this feature? Let us understand what is this feature offering us. Device. Either our content should be shown on all the devices or some specific devices. It's on you which device you want to show your ads on. It is preferable to move on with show on all eligible devices, that is computer, mobile, tablet, TV, all the options. But if you just want to show it on specific targeting devices, then you can just select the options which you want, that is computers, mobile phones, tablets, TV screen and all of those things. So it is preferable that we move on with show on all eligible devices. Now moving on to the next topic, that is frequency capping. Okay, now what does this mean? Let us understand. Frequency capping means our ads, okay, our ads should be shown. See, if I'm a person, I'm watching some YouTube videos, I am seeing a certain ad repeatedly, I would get bored up, I would get fed up. So for that thing, it is preferable that to have some frequency capping. means cap impression frequency and cap view frequency. Now what is the difference between both? Let me make you understand. Cap impression frequency means limit how many times that ad in this campaign can show to the same user. Means a user can see, okay, that ad would be shown to that user for a specific number of time only. Okay, for example, twice a day, thrice a day, or if you go weekly, 14 times a week, or 17 times or 20 times a week. Monthly, if you go 30 or 60 times a month, so on. Okay, means this ad would be shown to a specific person only these many times, a day, a week, or a month, whichever you want to choose. And cap view frequency means limit how many times that ad in that campaign can get a view or interaction from the same user. For example, a person is clicking on the link, okay? After that, would that ad be shown? Okay, for first time, he has clicked on the link. The second time, he also clicked on the link. And when the ad is shown to him third time, he also clicked on the link. Preferably, you can move on with the option of 2 times a day. Okay, for example, let us move on with the first option, that is cap impression frequency. Enter a number, okay? For example, 12 impressions a week, okay? 12 impressions per week, okay? That is ad impression cap. Now, if you come to frequencies, it is 2 or 3 times a day. Means a person can click only 3 times a day. If he is clicking for the second time, if he is clicking for the third time on the same link and he is not doing anything, means fourth time also he is not going to do anything. So it is preferable to have 2 or maximum 3 times. Better move on with 2. This is called as capping. Frequency capping means adding a limitation. You are putting a limitation is put it. That is called as frequency capping, where you are adding some limitation that this person can only, means this video ad can be shown to this user only these many times a day. Or if he makes any impressions, means there is some interaction, only the interaction can be held twice or thrice a day. Now moving on to the next thing, that is ad schedule. Now what does this means? Ad schedule means, see, this video can be seen throughout the day, or there is some specific time, okay? If you want to show your ad only in evening time, okay? That is from 5 to 12 or any of those things, your timing, then you can add it. But it is recommended to you guys that leave it as all day only. Let it be all day only, means the whole day your ad can be seen. That is all about frequency capping, ad schedule, device, conversions, then excluded types and labels, inventory types, and all of those things. Make a best choice depending on your content and depending on your business, your brand.
Don't forget to subscribe and press bell icon for new updated videos. Like and share videos with your friends.